एवरीवन, दिस इज प्रतीक्षा। वेलकम बैक टू आवर चैनल। हम देख रहे हैं पाइथन सीरीज। सो आज के वीडियो में हम देखने वाले हैं कॉपी द वेरिएबल इनटू अनदर वेरिएबल in Python. So we can use equal to operator, shallow copy and deep copy. So let's see how we can use this all operator to copy our variable. Suppose I have a L1 which containing the element 1, 2, 3 for list 1, and I want to create one more list which is one more object which is a reference of this L1. We can use equal to operator to copy the variable, one variable into another variable. But the thing is, when we L1, then it will store at the same memory location. And when we perform the operation on L2, then it will affect on L1. And when we perform the operations on L1, then it will affect on L2 variable. We perform the modifications on the both variables. So let's see how. Suppose I want to know the, first I want to add L2 at 0th index. I want to add 100, and now I want to know the print L2, and I want to know the memory ID using ID function. We can get to know the memory location of each variable. Suppose I want to know the L2, and same thing I want to print L1, and I want to know the ID of L1. Then I'll pass L1 here, and when I execute it, then let's see, as we seen that when we copy the L1 into L2, set L2 equal to L2, so it will refer the same memory location, which is ID. We can see here this stored at the same memory location, and when I perform the operation on only L2, then it will directly affect on our L1 list. This is our L1 list, so we get the same because our first L1 list is having 1, 2, 3, 4, but now it having 100, 2, 3, 4. So this is our equal. Here we can see the explanation of this. When we use equal to operator to assign the variable to another variable, you are simply creating another reference to the same object. We just creating another reference with the same for the same object, and changes made through the one reference will reflect on the other because they point to the same memory location, as we seen here. Now we see the shallow copy. Suppose I have I'm passing L3 equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want to create a shallow copy. So first I have to import copy module, and now I want to create shallow copy, and I want to store this variable into L4 copy dot copy. For a shallow copy we use copy dot copy function, and here I'm passing L3. Now I want to perform changes on our L4, where at the second position I want element 55, and now I'm going to print L3 and L4. L3, our original list, we get as it is, and when we perform the operation on L4 only, that L4, which is L4, which is we get modifications in our copy, where when we want only copy of the original list, and when we perform the operations on the copied list, then it should not affect on our original list, and that time we can use shallow copy. So ये क्या करेगा, जब हम shallow copy यूज करके हम हमारा जो ओरिजिनल वेरिएबल है स्टोर करेंगे अनदर वेरिएबल में, तो उसकी सिर्फ कॉपी स्टोर करेगा, एंड इट वोंट अफेक्ट ऑन व्हेन वी परफॉर्म द ऑपरेशन ऑन L4, it won't affect on our L3 and the original list that we have get it here. We get directly our original list, and when we perform our operation on L3, that original list, then it won't affect on our copied list, which is vice versa. So this is the shallow copy, but when it comes to nested, this is on a shallow copy work like this on a 1D list, which is our copy, but it's come to nested lists. So let's see what will happen. Suppose I want to perform operation on L3, and instead of this 2, I want 76, and when I print both the list L3 and print L2, then let's see what happened. It affect on the both the list, which is L1 and L3. Using shallow copy, here when we apply shallow copy on a 1D list, which is normal list, then it will restrict those variable where operation is not, when it comes to in a shallow copy, that when we want to copy the one our original variable into another variable, it will get copy, and I don't want to make any changes. If I make a changes on our copied variable, then it should not affect on our original variable. So that time we can use shallow copy, and on the original or the normal list it work properly. But when it's come to nested list, then when we use shallow copy here, it affect like both the variable will get affected. So to overcome from this, we'll use a deep copy. So here, as we seen here, here's some explanation of shallow copy. Shallow copy create new object, which is new variable, and insert the reference to the object found in the original. We use shallow copy, it create new variable which having the copy of the original list and which is not point to the same memory location as well. And as we seen, so deep copy create new object and recursively insert the copy of the object that found in the original variable. So it create the object of new variable and insert the copy of the object that found in the original variable. So it will create the copy of our original list, but it ensures that the changes of the original don't affect on the copied object and vice versa, and as the operation on the independent copies of the nested objects. So when we use I don't affect my original variable in the nested, which is in terms of nested list, then we can use a deep copy. So let's see how. Suppose I have list 1, 2 and 2, 3, and suppose I want one more variable which is list 2. I want to copy of this list 1 using deep copy. So here I want copy of this list 1 variable, but when I perform the operation on list 2, then it should not affect on my list 1. Then we can use the deep copy function and pass our list 1. Here I want to perform operation on list 2 only, not list 4, list 2. And now I want to know my list 1 and list 2. Then we print it, execute it, so we can see. Here we are using nested list, but I have performed operation on only list 2. Then here I'm getting changes in only list 2. My original list is don't get affected. So this is all about shallow copy, deep copy and equal to operator, that copying the object into another variable. So that's it for this video. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, keep practicing. Stay tuned. Bye bye.